Welcome to the Gunman Insta Live. Tonight I host one half of the BKFC main event between James DeGale, and he fights against the former gang leader Matt Jedi Floyd. Someone is going to be getting tucked in like bath time is over. Someone better bring a sleeping bag to this fight because it is going down bare knuckle. Now that is not a thing to be joking about. Bare Knuckle FC goes down in Manchester. I will be there. I'm going to get Matt Jedi Floyd on and we're going to chat to him. Why is he fighting James DeGale? Why is this fight happening? How's it going to go down? It is going to be tasty. The former Australian bikie gang leader takes on former world super middleweight champion. Let's get Floyd in and let's ask him some questions, my people. Let me just try and request him in, and then let the fun begin. Let me see if I can find this brother, and then once I get him in, the fun will start. There he is. Let me just add him up. Hey, sideways.
You want?
How you doing, broski?
Good, brother. How are you, man?
Yeah, mate. You don't want to be sideways like that on Saturday night, man.
Come on, bro. Don't be silly. You're talking silly again, don't man.
You know me, mate. I'm always silly. Listen, welcome to the Gunman Insta Live. Thank you so much for coming on. I know you've been busy training. You are here, one half of the BKFC main event. You take on James DeGale on Saturday night in Manchester on BKFC. This is Matt Jedi Floyd, the former gang leader. Someone is getting tucked in like a school shirt on Saturday night. Someone will be bringing a sleeping bag with them. I do not see this fight going the distance. This is a hard-hitting, come-forward Australian former bikie. He chases you around like Tom chases Jerry. This hard-hitting savage takes on the former super middleweight champion, James DeGale, on BKFC. So firstly, Mr. Floyd, thanks for jumping on.
Thanks for having me, Gunman.
Mate, always a pleasure. Listen, where did the beef from James DeGale come along?
I think it was probably like bullshit at the start just to build a fight, but now he's become, to be honest, I've got on with all my opponents. I've liked everyone. He's the only opponent that I've had that's actually an actual dick. Like, he's a bit of a dick, you know. And I'm surprised, man, because I thought coming over I'd be the underdog like I always am. And everyone will be, you know, against me. He's Olympic gold medalist, but everyone seems to be like pretty cool, man. Like, not many people really like him, to be fair.
Yeah. Listen, I've heard, we've seen rumours and we've seen news reports that he's been stalking you. That he's been sending you late night messages. He's been talking sexy. Can you confirm these?
No comment at the moment, Gunman. Anything, all I can on social media is true. You should know that, bro. Everything's real.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's really... Why bare knuckle?
They offered bare knuckle, so I took it. It was the name. I want the biggest, best fighters in the world, and James DeGale. I wanted it in boxing. I'm probably a more suited bare knuckle fighter, as much as I hate hearing it. But you know, but it is that's what they gave it to us, and I think he wanted boxing too, but they gave us bare knuckle, so we took it.
Does that give you an advantage? The fact that, you know, he's been on record saying he's never fought any straighteners, he's not fought bare knuckle, he's a prize fighter, he's a glove fighter. Does this play into your hands that it is a bare knuckle fight, and you know you've had plenty of fights on the cobbles?
I don't think, because I've had like all these, you know, I've grown up the way I've grown up. say I've had a few hundred street fights or whatever, I don't think that's going to help you because you've got two of the highest level fighters fighting each other. So it's a completely different. You're warming up, you're getting ready for it. It's different on the street where it could just happen and whatever, and you can get hit from it, you know. But what it does do is it builds that confidence, that feeling like I'm used to it. Like I know how it feels. I know what it is. But I think just the way I fight, even if I hadn't had all these street fights, you know, I think I win with the fact that I have grown up that way, rough, and also just the way I fight generally anyway. I think, you know, he's put the two together. That's why I'm made for it. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's a very, you know, skilled boxer, but he's, yeah, he doesn't, like you said earlier, you said someone's getting knocked out. I also believe that if I don't knock, the fight will either go the distance or he gets knocked out. So.
Yeah, listen, you just mentioned he's a skilled boxer. He's been in with the likes of Eubank Jr., George Groves, Badu Jack. He's been in with some top operators, but he's never had that one-punch bang, you know what I mean? He's never had concussive one-punch punching. You know, he's not the kind of brother who's going to malfunction you with just one headshot, you know what I mean? He hasn't got that, you know, Kurt Cobain headshot, you know what I mean? He hasn't got that. Are you the puncher in this fight?
Am I a harder puncher than him, do you mean?
Yeah.
I think I'm a harder puncher than most people. People that spar me and train with me realise how powerful I am. I hit, you know, a lot heavier than what I do. I think Shane Mosley said himself that, you know, he was very surprised by how hard I hit. And he's obviously been hit by everyone in the world. Lucas Brown will tell you the exact same thing. Yeah, I think I'm definitely, you know, but I mean, it's bare knuckle. You can get hit by some bum on the street, you know, like with nothing, and it can hurt bad. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, I don't.
Yeah, listen, jabs are putting people down in the bare knuckle game. You're seeing jabs like knocking people out, in fairness, in bare knuckle. So, yeah, but listen, he's always been a fighter that pecks you to death. You know, similar to sort of Calzaghe and Eubank Jr., Andre Ward, some of these fighters that don't have the punch power, Shakur Stevenson, but they just peck you to death. This is 5 2-minute rounds, I believe. It's going to be different. Do you think that plays into your hand, these shorter rounds? You're supposedly the heavier puncher.
Yeah, it all suits me. But you know, we'll see. I mean, I think it's everyone that knows me, everyone that knows that this fight suited for me. And you know, but I'm not delusional. He can still catch me coming in. So, you know.
How do you train different for bare knuckle ruckus?
Everything's completely different for myself. I train completely different. I feel like I said before, the knowledge of having all these scraps all these years has made me. I feel like I know, you know, best. Like I haven't really gone to other boxing trainers or, you know, I've obviously picked a couple brains for advice. But I've tried to steer away. Like I'm not, you know, in the past I really, you know, I try to get the boxing advice, but this time I've really stuck to what I sort of know. So that knowledge from there helps. I've trained everything differently, man. Like everything just differently. It's funny because, you know, I think were you at the Mosley fight? You were there, weren't you?
No, I was in Jamaica.
Well, my corners, wherever fight I have, their biggest issue is they try and take the fight out of me, the bare knuckle fight out of me. So they always, you know, that's one of the biggest missions is you know, because everyone thinks I can box great. And when I do box, I box really well and I outbox the best boxers too. So they always want me to show that when I'm in the fight, not just sparring. So they try and get the fight out of me. So now I don't have to worry about that. Now, like, you know, all the work that I've done trying to get that fight out of me, now I've just not got to worry about for this fight.
I was at the fight before the Mosley fight. I actually flew away to Jamaica to do a documentary on the Mosley fight. But what I did see of it, you took a little bit of criticism, I think. I think that might be fair to say. Like, well, DeGale certainly gave you criticism in your face-to-face recently, saying that you fought an old man, you shouldn't have won the fight anyway, it was a close fight. Did that fight do you more harm than it did you good?
Not really, man. I think it was good. I think Shane Mosley would beat James DeGale today. I think, you know, everyone that was sparring, it's funny because before the fight, everyone was messaging me like, you know, like, oh, Devin Haney sparring Shane, and he's just as good as he was like when he was prime, fucking 40. And And, you know, it's funny how before the fight, everyone was saying, I think you as well, yourself, everyone was saying how great Shane Mosley is, had the best shape, and look at him, he's got an 8-pack, this, that. You know, don't fucking undermine him. You know, I was getting hundreds of messages, and then when I beat him, and I beat him quite comfortably, I actually, you know, like I feel like I won every round. And then, you know, then after you win, you get criticism. So it is what it is, isn't it? I think he'd beat, you know, in the same sort of 5-6 rounds or whatever it was. I think Shane would beat James Bro today. James hasn't fought in however many years. Shane's trained this whole time. He was fit he was strong. I think he'd beat James today, bro, in a boxing fight.
Yeah, that's a big call. I mean, DeGale's really skilled. How do you feel about fighting southpaws?
DeGale hasn't fought for over 5 years, 7 years or something, bro. And you know, like if we want to go by like what people are saying and this and that, you know, one of your mates told me that James DeGale got knocked out sparring 2 weeks ago. He hasn't got the chin anymore. I mean, he's been out. Everyone's commenting on, you know, how he doesn't look great. Of course, a couple of his mates are messaging me saying, "Mate, James is the best ever. He's going to knock," the usual bullshit. But you know what I mean.
Oh, really? So you've heard rumours that he's got dropped for a trapdoor, did you?
Yeah, for one of your good mates.
Oh, really? All right, don't name any names. You get me in trouble.
Nah. I would have say you said it.
I've seen you say that, yeah. Just plain gun mad, yeah. You're going to try to get me killed, Matt. You're trying to get me killed.
Nah,
listen, so...
no one's going to get killed over talking shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know... I'm gonna be watching over my back because you've told everyone that I've been saying this and that. But like, listen, I don't know about his camp, but what I do know is he is a skilled operator. Here's a fun fact: I have boxed myself on a James DeGale undercard at Heathrow in London once upon a time, and he absolutely schooled the guy. And no, listen, he is skillful, and boxing is like learning how to ride a bike. He's still going to be skillful. Are you expecting the best James DeGale, or you actually think he's washed up, the party life's got to him, and he's just there for the money?
But I hope he's the best, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I want to fight the best, bro, at the best. Same with Shane, bro. You know, if I could have fought Shane at prime 30, bro, I would have, bro. Absolutely, with open arms. So it's not like I fought Shane because he was older. I got offered to fight Shane. Of course, I took it. I would take it, you know. James, I would have taken the fight if he was who he was. You know, hopefully he is the best. I just don't think, you know, he doesn't look like he is from it, but maybe he is, you know, like it doesn't bother me, bro. I want to fight the best in the world. Hopefully he is, you know, he is still good, bro. I'm not hoping that fucking he comes. I'm not relying on him coming out shit, bro. That's how I'm going to beat him.
Yeah, listen,
I think I'm going to beat him. I think if you know, like, I mean, you know, you've seen me, bro. I've sparred the best even in England, bro. I've sparred the best fighters. Some of his old training teammates, bro. And they always look at me from the outside going, "Oh, yeah, he looks shit," and they laugh, bro. And then they get in the ring with me. And every time they all say the same shit. I went to London, bro, and I sparred at fucking a few of your gyms, bro, in London, and they all said the same thing. You can ask your mates in London, bro. Like, you know, they've all said, you know, they normally say I'm one of the hardest, or if not the hardest, either hitter or hardest person they've had trouble with sparring. So
yeah. Listen, he hasn't boxed for a number of years now. So when you watch a bit of tape on James DeGale, what sort of fights are you watching? Are you watching him in his prime, or are you looking at the Eubank Jr. fight, which I think I was at that fight, and he looked washed in that fight. He looked like he should have been sponsored by Ferry.
I've never seen it. I've never seen the Eubank. I don't even know who James DeGale was when I met him at DeGale when the whole water incident happened. I didn't even know who he was till that day. And that's not in a disrespectful way, but I just don't really follow or watch fighting as much as, you know, you would think. You know, don't forget I was in prison all my 20s. And since I've been out, like, I still don't really follow it too much. Whenever I fought anyone, I'll, you know, Shane Mosley I'll watch because I watched him as a kid. But James DeGale, I didn't see. I still haven't watched him. I've had him maybe, or people maybe send me a couple of things, show me a couple of things for a minute or two. But it doesn't really matter anyway. It's not a boxing fight. So, like, but I've seen a couple of minutes here and there. I haven't seen anything of the Eubank fight, which I've heard he fought like shit in, but I still haven't seen it. What fight?
Yeah, it wasn't himself.
I think I've only watched 2 minutes of a Groves fight. Was it Groves? Is that who he fought? Yeah, I think I watched 2 minutes of a Groves fight. Maybe that's all I've seen of him.
Yeah, I was at that fight as well.
And I sparred a southpaw from Manchester last week. And he's one of the best, he's meant to be one of the best southpaws you got in the country. And he's exact same size and everything as DeGale. And even he said, the same thing, looking at me, the same stuff. But no one, there's no point in me watching you guys, watching that guy I sparred last week. There's no point in me watching DeGale and then basing it upon that, because I fight so different, so awkwardly to anyone else, and people just call that shit. Oh, they don't know what that is. It's not like sweet boxing, so they go, oh, that's fucking shit. They can't work it out, so it's easy for them to say, oh, that shit. And that's good for me, bro. That's good for me, because that's what's going to get me there. That's why Tommy Fury and people like that are probably looking at fighting me, because they all think I'm shit, bro. I hope everyone thinks I'm shit, bro. I tell everyone the truth, bro. I train myself in a prison, so I want everyone to know that. But anyway, so there's no point in me watching all these film clips and being like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do this and do that, because I just fight my fight, bro. And the good thing with me is, you can watch me and spar with me. It's very hard. I haven't really had anyone really work me out. And you might work me out, say you sparred me 3 or 4 times, but then I'll just adjust to that. You know what I mean? In my awkward, weird. The thing what I've done is, I do look different and awkward, but I've mastered that awkwardness. I've trained for hours and hours and hours relentlessly every day. I've trained, quite a few bad habits, but to me, in a positive way, it works for me. So I've done these awkward, weird-looking things fucking for hours and hours and hours, and I've mastered them.
Yeah. Will you stay in bare-knuckle boxing?
Sorry?
After this fight?
Oh, mate, if they fucking, to be honest, like I've said, everyone around me says bare knuckles made for me. I'm suited, which I hate hearing, because I'm very stubborn. When I was in prison, I was telling everyone I'm going to take over the world in boxing, and I've tried my best. That's all I've done since I've been out. And I'm very stubborn. I want to keep to that now, because it's in my heart now. I've said I'm going to do that, so I want to do that now, and I'm close. I'm there. I'm at the doorstep. So, I mean, if I get offered, I took this fight to make me more there. As crazy as it sounds, because, but it just depends, bro. If they offer me the right fight, I'm not going to say, the money fight, because I'm not driven by money. The right fight that will help, in whatever, we'll take it after this fight. If I get offered the right fight, then yeah, but I'm not just going to do, I wouldn't fight this guy again, for example, in fucking boxing. Even knowing when I beat him in bare knuckle, everyone's going to go, oh, yeah, but that was bare knuckle, So. Yeah. Listen, it's brilliant to see your progress, because when you first came over here to this country, I was one of the first to interview you, obviously helped you get onto the Right to Fight show, and we've been friends ever since. And it's great to see your progress. Since then, you've fought Mosley, you know what I mean? You're now fighting in DeGale. Who's on the Matt Jedi Floyd hit list? I know the hit list is long, but no, it's not really.
Give me 3 names. Give me 3 names. If there was no money, no contractual issues, no promoter issues, 3 people that you'd love to bruck up.
The truth is, we were talking to Tommy. We're trying to make a deal with Tommy's team, and then we are still in I should still say still in negotiations with Andrew Tate's team. And that's proper negotiations with one of your boy, or I don't know if he's one of your, but someone from London. He's helping us out with that deal, and and that's what's happening. But I mean, I'm only having these big, what do you want to call them? Celebrity? What do you want to call them? Whatever, celebrity fights, because my number one purpose for this is, I've always said my number one drive is I'm trying to show every man, whether they're in a prison cell or juvenile, or kids that have been abused, I fight for men's mental health. I'm trying to show everyone that they can do it. I mean, people don't realise I was in a prison cell a few years ago, and a few years later, my name's getting mixed with fucking Andrew Tate and Tommy Fury, And I did that. All these people, Tommy Fury had his brother, Floyd Mayweather had his dad. They've all had someone, bro. I was in a prison cell a couple of years. James DeGale had the Olympic team. He's been boxing since he was 9. They've all had either someone or a thing behind them. There has been a couple of fucking great stories, which is what I drive myself on. But I'm trying to be a new great story. I'm trying to show any kid that's getting abused. He's living in a juvenile house right now, he's living in foster care. He's in prison. Or even a 30-year-old man sitting, can you imagine all the 30-year-olds laughing, all the adults laughing at me when I was 30, saying I was going to do all these things when I got out? You know what I mean? And I was in prison for kidnapping pedophiles, bro. So I was already pissed off that I was in fucking prison, that I was in it for that long. You know what I mean? I was already pissed off about that. So anyway, I didn't really but the number one reason is to reach a platform. So if having a fight Andrew Tate and the time, but my personal selfish goals is I want to prove to everyone, I want to prove to myself and then to everyone that I can beat the best in the world, bro, the best boxers in the world. So I'm trying to reach that platform now for the number one reason, like I just told you, and then two, then I can attack my selfish goals and hopefully use that platform to go, all right, Canelo or Crawford or whoever, I just want to. That's what I want to do. I want to fight the best in the world, bro. But you can't, 3 names, bro. Right now, it's going to have to be the 3 biggest names that give me that platform, I guess.
Yeah, so Tate, Tommy Fury, and who was your third one?
Man, I don't really, I used to care about naming people, but now I feel like I'm, like even, oh man, fuck, I don't even know, man. I don't like naming people, bro, because it looks like, I feel like I'm in the mix now. So, like, I don't, people should be fucking naming me as a free now.
Listen,
I'm not that. I'm not that arrogant. That's me trying to talk the game now.
But listen, your work ethic is fantastic. You're getting around. You've got time for people in media like myself. You're got similar work ethic to me. I see you at a lot of shows. I'm out and about as well.
I won't change, bro. I won't change. I'll still talk to you. I'll still talk to everyone. In my inbox, my inbox is getting it's getting harder. I'm getting more and more people. So, and I've got people help me now. Before I used to do it myself, but I've said to the people helping me, I said, if anyone ever messages me like a kid or a teenager or someone that's reaching out for help or needs whatever, I've said directly give it to me. And I'm always going to be that person forever. Like, it doesn't matter if I've got 100 million followers or none. Like, I'll always talk to you. And I always do remember that you did talk to me at the start. And I said that to you, bro. I said, I'm not going to change. I won't, bro. I'm a bit older, bro. I'm a bit older. I've gone up the way I've had, bro. I'm not going to, change. I'm talking like I'm already there. I'm not there yet, but I'm not going to change. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, 100%. Listen, we won't keep you long. It's getting late now, but here in the UK, are you in Manchester now already? You already there?
No, I'm in Liverpool where I just finished training. That's why I was late to this, man. I went over. I didn't realise. That's why normally I'd know the time, but yeah. Yeah,
I'm coming up from London on Saturday myself, and I'm going to be ringside. Can't wait for the action. Can you give the fight fans a prediction? Can you give us a round? Can you give us a method?
Normally I say, I don't like to predict a knockout in a fight. You let the knockout come, because the trainer told me that once, in all my fight. I think with Mosey, I remember I said that to you. I don't like, but this fight's a bit different, bro. I'm not, it's a bare knuckle fight. I want to take him out as quick as I can, bro. I believe that I'm going to knock him out, early in the fight. And, if I don't knock him out, the fight will go all the way. I've never, to this day, touch wood, I've never been hurt sparring in a fight or anything. Hurt bad is probably the better word. We've all been hurt. But I've never been dropped or hit where I've fucking it stopped me or anything like that. So hopefully I don't get hit with bare knuckles and it's the first time, I don't know. But I think I should be right. I think when you got 130 kilo fucking Lucas Brown, who's one of the hardest hitters in the world, I'm talking, back in his prime, trying to hit you as hard as he can with right hand, I think I'm going to be all right against the bare knuckle James DeGale.
Yeah. But, well, listen, can we have a final message for the fight fans, the people that are travelling up? There's people travelling around the country to come and watch this fight. Have you got a message to the people coming to support you?
Just what I said before, I'm always going to be the same person. I fight for men's mental health. That I'm I'm an advocate for it. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show everyone. I will talk to anyone. I appreciate any support. And I'm not very good at showing it. This is how I show it, I guess. I can talk to them. If they message me, they know I'll be. How I'm talking to you, that's how I sort of show my thankfulness to support. I'm not good at when I win fights and things like that, at speeches and all that stuff, I don't know how to thank everyone in that, but I am grateful, and how I show it is I try to be I'm the same as all the people, I am, and I try to, I'll always keep it real, so that's how I sort of thank them. And anyone can message me or if they come to the fight, I'll talk to anyone, man, no matter what, so that's sort of, but I do appreciate everyone. Even though maybe sometimes people after fights don't think that, but I do. So
yeah, bless up yourself, man. Best of luck for the fight. Is this your biggest fight to date?
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Listen,
Shane, if you could say you fought Shane Mosey in his prime or DeGale in his prime, you'd Shane Mosey as a person, as an icon that he is, and this and that, and he was a hero of mine. But this fight itself, obviously, we're the same age. What it is and everything. I know what this is going to set up for me. It's going to be huge in England overnight. once I win. So this is the biggest fight for my career, but fighting the biggest person would have to be Shane Mosley so far.
Yeah, mate.
Not,
well, it's great to see.
not saying James DeGale's not a big player. What he's achieved is absolute fucking craziness. Like I think he's the only one, isn't he? I don't take that away from him at all. What he's achieved, but obviously, like I said earlier, without being disrespectful, I don't really follow it as much. So I know who Shane was because when I was a kid, he was a hero, and he come to the gym and he looked out for, like, he was actually quite kind to me and this and that. So yeah, yeah. Sometimes I was just give an easy answer, like not give it as honest as fucking possible. Maybe I should just say yeah and shut my fucking mouth, but yeah.
It's great to see you getting the big fights, man, and the big opportunities, because, listen, no one deserves it more than you, man. I'm telling you this now. Nobody deserves it more than you. You've put serious work in. I've seen it firsthand. That, you've always got time to talk to people, to put yourself out for people. And usually if you've got time to put yourself out and talk to people and make an effort with people, you succeed. You support others, you succeed. So, listen, I wish you all the best Saturday night. Where are we going for the after party?
Wherever you take me, brother. Wherever.
I will see you there, big man. Thank you very much for your time.
May the force be with you.
Bless up.